liked the oil in plenty of places when we went over there. We should have never been there, but if we're going to be there, remember I used to say for years, keep the oil. We didn't do that. He's a servant of the wealthy donors and globalists and special interests who got rich bleeding our country dry. They sold you out, and I know this area very well, and you got sold out big. This whole state got sold out. Every state did. They sold you out on trade, on borders, on jobs, on crime. One act of treachery after another. In 2016, Florida voted to fire this corrupt and look, this is the most corrupt group of people, okay? I've gotten, you know, when I say drain the swamp, I used to think it was like a swamp this thick. It's like real thick. It's very thick. So Florida voted to fire the corrupt and decrepit political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president, and we finally put America first. About time. It's only been about 30 years. This week we learned from newly released emails that Joe Biden has been blatantly lying about his involvement in his son's corrupt business dealings, the highest level. Yesterday, a news story showed that Hunter made a deal with a wealthy Chinese business magnate for $10 million a year for introductions alone. He just wanted $10 million, introductions. He's going to introduce. This is a guy that got thrown out of the military, had no job. As soon as his father became vice president, he became a vacuum cleaner for the family, okay? Hunter also referred to another more lasting and lucrative arrangement, as he called it, with the same Chinese businessman that would be so much more interesting to me and my family, his father, okay? His father. These deals were made after Biden spent his entire career letting China steal our jobs and raid our factories. And let me tell you something, if he ever won, China will own the United States, okay? They will own it. What's happening to China now, nobody's ever seen that. Nobody ever thought it was possible. We've done so much better than them until they sent us the plague. And now we're coming back from the plague. We could have lost 2.2 million people and more. And we lost much. We lost over 200,000 people. We shouldn't have lost a person. What they did to us, we will never forget. Just remember that. We will never forget. But this is all a matter of national security. The Bidens got rich while America got robbed. And you know, I say it, and I sort of said it very timidly initially, and now you see this, they got the guy's laptop. They've got thousands of things. I mean, they're going through it. And I give great credit to the New York Post, for what they did. The New York Post. I don't know how many of you read the New York Post, but it's the oldest paper in the United States. I think it's like the 5th largest paper. It really is. You know, you talk about mainstream media. They went out and they did what these people should have been doing. These people do nothing. But I said it very timidly, and now I say it. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician, and he has been for a long time. And the Biden family is a criminal enterprise, and you know it, and so do I. In fact, they sort of make crooked Hillary Clinton look like amateur hour. You think about it. Yet all of this is being covered up by the media and big tech. You saw that? You see that? You put a story out from the New York Post, and they shut down a site. How about Kayleigh? Her site got shut down because she put out a story from the New York Post. This is what's going on. So they talk about freedom of speech and freedom of the press. There's no freedom of the press. But watch what we do. But the biggest thing we can do, November 3rd. That's the biggest thing we can do. Because I'm not just running against Biden. We're not just running against Joe Biden. We're running against the left-wing media, and we're running against big tech. And they all said, and I've heard this, and I kept hearing about the power of big tech, the power, and they were against us, as you know, 4 years ago. But I won. I said, how can they be powerful? I won. I never did this before, and I won. How the hell are they powerful? But now they've gone totally crazy. They've done things now that they wouldn't even do, and they got caught. And there's great anger in Congress, in the Senate. There's great anger because what they're doing is really bad. You know, we gave them Section 230. It's protection. It protects them from everything. It shields them. So once you do that, the government is giving them something that no other industry has. So they no longer can say, oh, freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech. They've been given protection, and they've abused that protection. And a lot of people are looking now at big, bad tech. But I did say it. I said, so they're so powerful, how did we win? Well, we won for a lot of reasons. By the way, was that the greatest evening? Was that the greatest? But we're going to have an even bigger evening and an even better evening on November 3rd. Despite the fact that they're trying to get forever to count the ballots, you know, the ballots, right?